What up, what up, what up? Let's wait for everybody to come in the chat to get this going. So elevation requires separation, right? So when you're elevating, it's going to require you to be separate from a lot of things in this world, right? So Shalom Ak. So we're gonna start reading, right? So happy is a man who has not followed the counsel of the wicked or taken the path of sinners, right? So happy is a man that have not walked in the counsel of the wicked or the path of sinners, right? In this wicked land, right? They like to promote a lot of that the wickedness and the path of sinners. People walking in sin, walking in idolatry, walking in all type of wickedness out here. And we don't walk in that path, right? We walk different from the ways of this world, right? We're on a narrow path, right? The world walks on a broad path, right? On that broad road that Yahusha talks about that we're not supposed to be walking on, right? So when we're different from the world, right? It requires us to be separated, right? So we have to separate from those who are walking path of it, walking in on a broad path, or join the company of the insolent. Rather, the teaching of the Most High and his delight, and he studies the teaching day and night. He is like a tree planted beside stream of water, which yields its fruit in the season, whose foliage never fades, and whatever it produces thrives. Not so the wicked, rather. They are like the chaff which the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked shall not survive judgment, nor will sinners in the assembly of the righteous. So the wicked is only their season is only going to be just like the chaff, the wind blows away, right? A lot of these, entertainers, these rappers, right? They don't bear much fruit, right? Their fruit is only they don't produce no fruit, right? This is why they're only there for like a season, and they're about and they and they just vanish, right? So this is why we gotta separate from those who are walking in this world, right? Separate ourselves from those who are of this world and not be amongst the sinners, not be amongst those who are still living in sin. So why do nations assemble? The people plot vain things. Kings on the earth take their stand, and regents entreat together against the Most High, against His anointed. Let us break their cords and their yoke, shake off their ropes from us. So there's a lot of the wicked folks, the sinners, those who are out there being rebellious, those who don't want to follow after the law, those are the ones, those are the sinners, right? And we don't walk on their path, we stay on the straight and narrow path, right? So as long as we stay on the straight and narrow path, we don't have to be around those who are walking in sin, those who are walking wickedness, those who are walking in just being wicked, right? We don't want to be around that. Shalom. Wisdom strengthened in the wise more than 10 mighty men. riches are in the city. Con. So, yeah, so wisdom do strengthen you. You could be in the city, and a lot of people. It's a precept talks about that in Proverbs that about those who are guard wisdom, right? So we have to have wisdom in these times, right? In these tumultuous, these times. There's a lot of activities going on. We living in some, treacherous times, right? So we have to be guarded up out here, knowing that we have to have, the insight, the foresight, and needed to be on our walk, right? So this is Proverbs, right? Let's read. Okay, yeah, let's read chapter 2. My son, if you accept my words and treasure up my commandments, and if you make your ear attentive to wisdom and guard your mind, yeah, and your mind open to discernment, if you call to understanding and cry aloud to discernment, if you seek it as you do silver and search for it as treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Most High and obtain knowledge of the Most High, and the Most High grants wisdom, right? So you have to have the fear of the Most High, right? Even it talks about that in Proverbs, right? The fear of the Most High, it's beginning of knowledge, when you understand that, right? So we have to know that in these latter days, that you have to have the fear of the Most High to be walking in these end times, because there's a lot that goes on. It's a lot of deception. It's a lot of wickedness out here. So we have to know how to walk with that insight during these end times. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for this is the end of all mankind, and the living will lay it to heart. Okay. So yeah, it's better to have be in the house of mourning than to be in the house feasting where everybody's celebrating and all that going on, right? Because this land is going to be consumed, right? So we have to understand that we have to have it's better to be a mourning, right? So my son, heed my words and store my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live. My teaching is the apple of your eye. Lazy bones go to the end. Study his ways and learn. With all leaders, officers, or rulers, it lays up their stores during the summer, gathers in the food at the harvest. How long will you lie there, lazy bones? When will you wake up from your sleep? A bit more sleep, a bit more slumber, a bit more hugging yourself in bed. Poverty will come calling upon you. No one like a man with a shield. A scoundrel and an evil man lives by crooked speech, walking with his eyes, shuffling his feet, pointing his finger, duplicity is in his heart. He plots evil at all time. He incites quarrels, therefore calamity will come upon him without warning. Suddenly he'll be broken beyond repair, right? So those who are evil have crooked speech, right? Uh, this is what they do. Have a lot of crooked speech, right? Even in Psalms, right? It talks about that they flatter, they throw is like open sculpture. It talks about that, right? So that's why we gotta not be around those who have crooked speech that talk like that, right? So this is Proverbs chapter 12. He who loves discipline loves knowledge. He who spurns reproof is a brutish man. A good man earns the favor of the Most High. A man of intrigues is commendation. A man cannot be established in wickedness, but the root of the righteous will not be shaken loose. A capable wife is a crown for her husband, but an incompetent one is not. Is like rot in his bones, right? So a capable wife is like a crown to her husband, right? And the ones that's incompetent, they rot in his bones, right? So the woman that you're gonna have, she's gonna crown, be a crown to you, right? She's gonna one that's gonna be like complimentary to you on your walk journey, gonna help you along the way, right? To help build you. It's not gonna be Like it says in a house of a brawling woman. You don't want to be in a house of a brawling woman that's just want to be argumentative. You don't want to be around that, right? So you gotta know that it's better to be to, just yeah. I'll leave it at that. So yeah, the purpose of the righteous are justice. The schemes of the wicked are deceit. The words of the wicked are deadly ambush, but the speech of the upright saves them, right? So the schemes of the wicked are deceit. The words of the wicked are a deadly ambush, right? So the schemes of the wicked is going to be a deceit, right? Everything that come out the wicked mouths are all deceitful. They're all deceptive in their ways, right? Everything they do is deceitful. They always move in deception, right? They're very cunning in their ways, right? So we don't want to be around those who are walking deceit, those who are walking deception, because we don't want to be around any of that, right? So it's better to walk and just walk and being upright, right? It says, but the speech of the upright saves them, right? So the speech of the upright saves us, right? We walking upright and we're not walking in that way. You can see the spirit behind the eyes. People have a dark aura in these last days. Yeah, you can definitely see it. Yeah, you can definitely see that, right? So when you have, you can see that, and you just gotta, go around that, and not be around those who have that darkness around, all right? So as it says, what fellowship has light with darkness, right? We don't have no fellowship with those who are walking in darkness, those who are walking in that way, right? So this is Proverbs 19, chapter 19. Better a poor man who lives blamelessly than one who speaks perversely, and a duller a person without knowledge is surely not good. He who moves hurriedly blunders, right? So it's better a poor man who walks blamelessly than one who speaks perversely and a duller, right? That's why we don't be, we carry our steps and walk a little bit different from these than those out here, right? Many people are always, running after something, chasing something, right? And it always is like that chase in this world, always a chase, always running after something, right? And we don't really move like that, right? We walk, we slow down our ways and we kind of walk different from the ways of this world and how they how they be in this world. So let's read. So do not envy evil men. Do not desire to be with them, for their hearts talk violence and their lips speak mischief. A house built by wisdom and established by understanding. By knowledge are the rooms filled with all precious and beautiful things. A wise man has strength, a knowledgeable man exerts power. For by stratagems you wage war, and victory comes with much planning. Wisdom is too lofty for a fool. He does not open his mouth in the gate. He who lays plans to do harm is called by men a schemer. The schemes of folly are sin, and the scoffers are abomination to men. Right. So those who are scheming, doing wickedness, right? It's folly, right? It's those who are doing all that. It's a lot of foolishness, right? That these evil men do, right? And it's this wicked land, right? So don't envy the wicked, right? Don't desire to be with them. Don't be in their don't be around, right? So don't envy the wicked. You never feel alone when you have the Holy Spirit. We don't create fellowship with heathens. Yeah, we don't do any of that, right? So when you're walking most high, right? You're never alone, and the Most High, He helps us on this path when we are being obedient, following the law, statutes, and commandments, and walking upright, and staying away from those who are walking in perverse ways, those who are walking wickedness, those who are walking in those ways. We stay away from those who are walking that way. So this is why we have to walk on the straight and narrow path and just continually walk on the straight and narrow path. So elevation requires separation, right? So when you're being separated from where you might be at, it's going to require you to be separated, right? So when you're elevating and you're moving, and, this is why we have to be separated from a lot that really is not helping us along what we're doing, especially when you're doing the work, right? And being obedient. This is the work that we have to be doing to stay away from those who are walking in the ways of this world. So this is this is a study. It's those who are walking in obedience, those who are guarding the commandments, and staying upright, following after the Father's words, being being obedient, and just walking in belief. Right, it's about walking in belief. Right, this is what we have to do. Right, a lot of these Romans and these Edomites in this land of Babylon, right? They want to attack us for being obedient, right? They want to come after us because we're walking different, contrary to their ways, right? And even upcoming, the season is about to approach, right? It's going to be a lot of paganism that they're going to do in this land, right? And, while they're doing all of that, we should be listening to the Most High, right? And not being, letting this world, not listen to the ways of what this world is doing. There's a lot of wickedness outside. You gotta know how to bob and weave really well out here. Yeah. So yeah, not bob and weave and let go of all that wickedness because it's everywhere, right? So this is why on the straight and narrow path, you really can't be around all of that because it's not really helping those that's on this walk, right? Because it's really there to try to it's like a temptation that's the world promotes. So when you see that coming, you really gotta bob and weave when you see that when you see that. Every step we take will either make or break us on this walk. We must take calculated steps. Yeah, that's how you have to be. You have to take calculated steps because every walk that you take, it's really it's just something that you gotta walk and being obedient and not just being hear of the word, but being a doer of the word, right? Uh, being just doing what you have to do and not just you don't want to be a sluggard, right? You don't want to be like that. You want to actually apply what you're reading and obeying what's being taught, right? So yeah, family, just keep on going and stay on the narrow path. Being obedient, right? Following the laws, yeah, the laws, statutes, commandments, and walking upright. Staying away from the wicked, right? Uh, have no fellowship with the wicked, right? Because that's your being obedient. You don't want to be walking with those who walk in this world, those who walk in the darkness, right? You don't want to be around any of that, right? You want to stay in the path of upright, right? That's what you want to do, and this. That's what we're gonna do, right? So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing that we waking up and returning back to the Father. So, yeah, this is a study to those who are, and we're gonna keep on to my people, and we're gonna keep on coming forth these messages to help those, so we can keep on, yeah, staying obedient. Every word we say will either bring us a step closer to heaven or keep us a step further away. The Most High is watching us like a hawk. We can't slack for a second. Yeah, we can't. So we can't. Yeah, we can't slack. So either we're gonna we gotta walk upright because everything we do, everything we say, everything we just gotta have obedience, right? Because the Most High is watching everything we do. So with that being said, uh, we gotta keep on walking upright, walking in obedience, walking set apart, and not walking the ways of this world, being different. Even when you get the persecution, all the things are gonna come towards us when we're walking on this set apart path and being obedient, and staying on the straight and narrow road and not walking on a broad path, right? So that's what we're gonna be doing, and keep on going, staying in this walk, and walking in obedience, and that's what we have to do. And yeah, that's where it's at. So we're gonna get up out of here, and I appreciate everybody that's watching these studies, and we're gonna keep moving forward. So everybody take care of an awesome, wonderful Baruch night, and we're gonna keep moving. So Shpaka, keep on guarding the laws, statutes, and commandments, walking in obedience, staying in the word, right? Staying in the word, so you to guard the commandments and walking, being set apart and not walking the broad path that this world is walking on, right? So appreciate every one of you that's just see this message, share with others so they can watch. Everyone take care. Have an awesome Baruch night and shalom.